come to you on the behalf of what I have knowledge, what I have seen, what I've been going through. The last past 5.5 years, I've actually witnessed cruel punishment to children. One of the things I can't understand is why our government has allowed this to happen for so many years. You can't say this is not going on because from what I've seen, from the paperwork that I got, documentation to prove that you got endangerment to a child, you got falsifying government documentation, unauthorized use of a notary that falls up under the Deception Trade Act. You got innocent children being wrongfully removed from homes. Not just in my case, but in plenty of other cases that I have witnessed. I have actually met other parents, read their paperwork, and from what I'm seeing, the higher I took it, the more I helped these parents out, the more higher I tried to help them. They followed the same steps I did, and they got no results, just as well as I did. Our government needs to understand they have a priority. Not with Child Protective Services, the Department of Family and Protective Services. These prosecutors, these judges, they have the obligation to run this country the proper way with honesty and loyalty to the people. And from what I'm seeing, there is no honesty, there is no loyalty to their duties in the office, nor is there honesty or loyalty to these children. They get paid up under the Social Security Act Title IVE and IBB, up under the Social Security Act. No funding should be provided up under these conditions. Falsifying government documentation. So many innocent children are being abused. Even though I have given y'all guys documentation to prove what's going on in our country, our government failed to understand that that is neglect on our country, neglect on these children, and endangerment to these children's health, where some end up dead, some are end up in the streets. Not only that, you got an injustice in the court system. Whatever happened to the 14th Amendment? No state should deprive us of our life, liberty, and property without the due process of the laws, nor should they deprive us our equal protection of the laws, which I've done clarified, done gave you guys documentation that there's been perjury, fraud, extortion, and injustice in the court system where judges are allowing this to happen. And no one is doing anything about it to protect the well-being of these children, nor to protect the people's rights in this court system. This whole country should be built on every single one of us, from the poor to the middle class to the upper class. Each one should be built. Each one of us, it takes all of us to make this country what it is today. Not just the rich. From what I'm seeing, the rich is getting rich off the poor by kidnapping their children. People are facing an injustice. Where does the government fall in all this? I come today and I stand behind my what I say. And from what I'm seeing, our government has two choices. They can either start doing their job and protecting and defending our children and people's constitution rights, and start holding everybody accountable for their actions, because that is what's wrong with our country. By failure to defend and protect the innocents, you are defending and you're protecting the ones that are committing the crimes in our country. How can you turn around and make the people realize, hey, you know what? Don't break the laws, go by the laws. As government officials, state officials, you have only shown us that it is okay to break the laws. You have shown us that it's okay to fabricate cases and send people to prison, take their children away, and destroy innocent families only for money. Greed? Let me tell you one thing. Money comes and goes. But a person's health, person's life, is worth more than any money in the world. I spent Easter without my children for going on the 5th year. why these CPS workers are getting away with everything that they're getting away with. Where are the laws in this? Where does it fall? The Child Protective Services, these CPS workers have the right to fabricate cases, commit perjury, and not be held accountable for their actions. And I blame our legislators. I blame the state bar, the jurisdiction for conduct, Consumer Affairs, and many more people, because I have given y'all guys enough documentation to prove what's going on in our country. And no one is willing to take in consideration what's really going on. Y'all think this is all a joke, but it is not a joke. It's about defending and doing what's right for our country. America was not built only on Family Protective Services, these judges and these attorneys. It was built on innocent soldiers that died for this country. And our veterans are the ones paying the price now, because many of them have been deprived of medication. Many of them are given less fundings when they should be getting quite a bit more fundings than what they are getting. People work for many years for their Social Security. And for them not to have their Social Security in the near future, because y'all guys have taken it upon yourselves to give it to a state-funded agency that is abusing their authority and taking the laws into their own hands. In the future, I believe that our government should have to pay for something. If we're the ones that are out here working and making an honest life, where's your obligation? Where do you fall into all of this? All I can tell you is that what I know and what I believe in. My faith in the Lord is the only thing I believe in, because our government has let us down one too many times already. So God bless you and have a blessed day, and I hope that one day our country will be restored.